Council of the Presbyterian College of Education, Ekropong Ekrapim, Dr. Esther Ofe-Abuaji, Principal of the College, the Reverend Dr. Nicholas Apresian, representative of the Mentoring University, our guest speaker, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Mama Chairperson, I would have loved to go through all the protocols, but I will proceed on the protocols that you eloquently established at the beginning. Let me begin this address with a big thank you to God for the opportunity to be back to the college. I was here just about a month ago when we organized the Heritage Day and also named one of the new facilities after my predecessor. And so it is a good feeling to be back to Ekropong. Now, Ekropong College of Education holds a very special place in my heart. And I'm sure that I can say with great certainty that when I studied here at Ekropong College some few years ago, a number of things happened in my life, and so I've always reckoned that this place and the time here marked the turning point in my own life. Mama Chair, I recall, and I would probably keep repeating this every time I come here. I recall that on a lovely Wednesday evening, I entered this college for the first time as a student. I was very young at the time. And I also recall that I came with my trunk and chop box. It wasn't too difficult because I had used them at the secondary school. So I just carried them to Ekropong. In my chop box was one tool, a cutlass. Because on the prospectus, they had asked that students should come to school with a cutlass. Now, coming from, I had lived almost all my life, virtually all my life, in Tema, a port city, where cutlasses would only be used for agricultural science lessons. And I assumed that we were going to have agric science, and so I needed a cutlass. Well, one gentleman who worked with crocodile machetes, which was also in Tema, and he was in our church, decided to give me a brand new cutlass. So I came to college with a cutlass. But it was lodged right underneath almost everything, because this would be for Greek science and this would be later on. It was a lovely Wednesday evening. When I got here, the students were having some sports. We went for dinner, and after dinner, we went to our rooms. We were only very few Form 1 or PS1 students, as they used to call us, because at that time, not too sure what was happening, but many POSEC people did not like to come to the training colleges, as they called us. We went to bed, believing that the next morning we will go for morning service. Well, I heard our guest speaker say that he was from Efutumreku, I stayed in the mother of all schools, and I also stayed in the mother of all houses. I see that the name of my house has changed because it has moved from where it was to a new place. But I lived in the house called Achichirinwau. Now, there was an inner room to the room for the PS1 students. And unfortunately for us, the inner room was occupied by the GCO. Today, I see the college honoring GCOs. GCOs were not the most loved people when we were in school. And this was a very strong GCO. At 4 a.m., this GCO woke us up. Thursday, 4 a.m. and asked us to take our cutlasses and our torchlights. And that was the beginning of real college life in Ekropong. My introduction to what they call disco weeding. I see that there's no longer disco weeding. Those were the days when the GCO will give you marking scheme for weeding. You were not supposed to weed below it nor above it. If you weeded below it, you were destroying the grass and you'll be punished for weeding below. The very first step of my stay here was so difficult that it was not amazing that a couple of my mates, they left this college. But some of us stayed. But Mama Chairperson, I say it with joy that by the time we were in PS3, our final year, we went out with cutlasses to weed even when we had not been invited to weed, because it had become a part of our lives. And here at Ekropong, we were taught how to live disciplined lives. We were taught how to work very hard. And indeed, when I left Ekropong for the central region, where I was posted as a teacher, I remember Mr. Samuel Kwetu, my headmaster, saying with pride that he had been given teachers from Ekropong PTC. That meant that those of us who had opportunity to study here went out and distinguished ourselves out there and made a mark. And everywhere I have gone ever since, I have been proud of my heritage. I've been proud of my roots. I've been proud of my training here at Ekropong PTC, which is now PCE. So, on this occasion, when I have come here, this time, not as alumni rep. I served on the council as alumni rep for quite some time until my assumption to office as moderator of General Assembly. I come here with joy because when I was a student here, I never anticipated that one day I would be here in this capacity, but it gives me joy. especially on this occasion when we have met here to congratulate all the graduating students as well as their families. At this ceremony, we have witnessed the conferment of academic titles on hardworking individuals who have undergone rigorous academic and other life-enhancing activities during their time on the campus. Let me, on behalf of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, who founded this college, extend our hearty congratulations to all our graduating students as well as their families who are here. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. But today, we have been informed that we are graduating less than 500 students from this college, and out of this number, 144 students are graduating with first class honors. I have never heard anything like this before. Now, those who do the social sciences normally have what they call the normal curve. And this one is not normal. I think we should put our hands together for this graduating class of 2023. I think we should put our hands together properly for the graduating class of 2023. 30% of the class making a first class. Indeed, no fail, no pass. Congratulations. Congratulations. I say congratulations to all of you. We are so proud of you. And I believe that the results from Ekropong Presbyterian College of Education is probably the best in the whole country. This is not strange because Ekropong is Edikamfo. And so if you are Edikamfo and you set such a pace, it is a very good one. And we congratulate you. Are you going? Now, first of all, to our graduates. Today, you have graduated from the Premier Presbyterian College of Education. Do not let that be lost on you. You have just gone through training from a college whose founders pioneered formal education, which targeted not just the learning of reading and writing, but to create a formal space for young people to receive holistic education. Our education, which aims at developing the whole person and offers inclusive education for all, regardless of gender or ability. And that is why I would want to also at this point doff my hat to the students with special needs who studied in this college, as well as those who provided support to them. I want us to put our hands also for these ones. We are grateful to God for all of you. But remember that the education you have received has prepared you to take on the challenges of life. Because of the kind of training you have received here, the whole nation, parents, and all other stakeholders are willing to entrust their children to you for the transfer of knowledge and information. I want to urge all of you to distinguish yourself when you go out there and be worthy of the trust that is committed to you. As young graduates also, I want to remind you that you are not done with your education. Today, the guest speaker who brought inspiration and motivation to us told you that he was once a student of this college. Today, he has gone all the way to become a professor. It means that when you come to a Ekropong College of Education, it is not the end of your studies. There is more ahead. And I'm here to encourage you to keep reading, to keep learning, and to take advantage of every opportunity that will help you develop your minds, to harness your talents, and bring your potential to fulfillment. I pray that your achievements today will spur you on to higher grounds. So the next time we see you, we hope that you will not just be brandishing your certificates or your degrees which you have received here, but you'll be telling us what the Lord has done in addition to what you have received today. I also want to remind you, everywhere I've gone to, I've had opportunity to speak on this subject, because for us in Ghana, this year is a very special year. It is an election year, and whenever there is an election, there is tension. I pray that having received education like the kind of education you have received here, approach the elections that will take place this year with integrity and responsibility. When the opportunity comes, let us all exercise our democratic rights in a very wise manner. Let us ensure that our nation stays united. Let us ensure that there is peace. Just a few weeks ago, or about a month and a half ago, the people of the United Kingdom went into an election. I did not hear of anybody being slapped. I didn't hear that anybody had been shot at. I didn't hear that anybody had been killed, that there was fighting over the results. But as we approach December, people are afraid already. I pray that this year, after having had elections in 92, 96, 2000, all those elections up to the last one in 2020, Ghanaians will show maturity by having a violence-free election. And I want you to know that it is possible. It is possible to have a violence-free election. It is not a matter of impossibility at all, because we are, as humans, as all the advanced democracies. That is why, as you go out there, we expect you to be a ferment that would ensure that our democracy will mature and our communities will grow. I also want to take the opportunity to commend the government of the Republic for heeding our call to convert some colleges of education into fully fledged universities. I am aware that the processes are very far advanced, and we are awaiting earnestly for the necessary legislative instruments to be passed quickly. Our belief is that if even only 2 colleges in the whole country will be upgraded to the status of fully fledged universities, based on what we have heard, Ekropong Presbyterian College of Education will be one of them. So we commend the government for the move. Whilst we commend them for the processes, there is an urgent matter that needs to be resolved, and it has to do with the 8-week strike by the tutors, the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana. Since June, they have been on strike, and this is disturbing because our colleges are yet to recover from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. I want to, at this point, on behalf of the entire Christian community of this country, make a passionate appeal to the Ministry of Education, the National Labour Commission, the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, and the leadership of the Colleges of Education Teachers of Ghana to quickly find a middle ground and come to a settlement. Unfortunately, in Ghana they say that when 2 elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. In this case, the struggle between CTAG and the government has led to difficulties imposed on the students of our colleges of education. And I want to take the opportunity to request for a quick settlement of this matter. It is not a good thing to leave these young people for several months without any sense of purpose. I also want to take the opportunity now to speak to our lecturers, the tutors in our colleges. I want to commend you for your continuous service to Ekropong. You have certainly contributed to the improvement in academic performance and endowment of the college. I congratulate especially the council, the governing council and management for all the contributions that have led to the achievement. But I also note that when teachers write on report cards, they usually end with more room for improvement. And therefore, I want to say that there's still more room for improvement. I also want to ask all senior members of the college to make themselves available for promotion by improving not only their qualification but their research findings. More publications will prepare you, especially as we prepare the college to become a university. And I urge you finally to support the principal and management of the college in the performance of their duties. Finally, Mama Chair, as moderator of General Assembly, I'm here this morning, now it's afternoon, to pledge the church's unwavering support to the college. Under my leadership, we will continue the tradition of my predecessors in supporting the college community. The church will continue to play its role until our college is rightfully seated among the top universities of this country. Let me take this opportunity, therefore, to conclude by congratulating once again all our graduates, all our family members who have supported our graduates, all our teachers who have taught in this place, all the lead members of the management of the college, and the board. Our prayer is that the blessings of the Lord, who has called you to this place, will be with you. He has said to us that when we pay attention to his word, he, God, will make our life prosperous. May our lives be more prosperous than we ever think. God richly bless you all. Thank you very much for your attention. Grateful.